Most people think being hard on yourself makes you stronger. But what if I told you it's actually holding you back? You've been told to push through, to toughen up, to never go easy on yourself. And maybe you've done exactly that, pushing yourself until exhaustion became your normal. But here's the quiet truth no one talks about. The war you're fighting inside isn't making you stronger. It's wearing you down. You might think self-compassion is soft, something only for people who can't handle the pressure, but fierce self-compassion, that's different. It's not weakness, it's not pity, it's power. It's looking yourself in the mirror and saying, I can do better, and I still deserve kindness while I grow. It's not about letting yourself off the hook, it's about holding yourself with strength, not shame. So if you've ever felt stuck between being too harsh or too forgiving with yourself, this video will change how you see growth forever. If you're on a journey to become your strongest, most focused self, you're in the right place. Consider subscribing so you never miss a step. The misunderstanding of self-compassion. Most of us were raised to believe that progress comes from pressure. Push harder. Don't be weak. No pain, no gain. Somewhere along the way, we started confusing self-discipline with self-punishment. We've been told that rest means laziness, that forgiveness means failure, that softness means weakness. So we keep grinding, not out of passion, but out of fear. Fear of being left behind, fear of not being enough. I used to believe that too. Every time I failed, I punished myself mentally. I told myself, you should have done better. I thought guilt would make me stronger, sharper, more focused. But instead, it drained me. I wasn't growing. I was just surviving another day inside my own head. Psychologists like Dr. Kristin Neff, one of the world's leading experts on self-compassion, discovered something powerful. People who treat themselves with compassion aren't less ambitious. They're more resilient. Because when you stop beating yourself down, your energy shifts from fear to growth. So here's your challenge today. Ask yourself this simple question. Does being hard on yourself truly make you better, or just more exhausted? Your answer might change everything. What fierce self-compassion really means? When we think of compassion, we usually picture softness, gentle words, warm hugs, forgiveness, a quiet voice that says, it's okay. But fierce self-compassion is different. It's both soft and strong. It's the fire and the water within you working together. The strength to rise and the grace to heal. Think of it like a parent who loves their child deeply but also sets boundaries. It's not saying, do whatever you want. It's saying, I care about you too much to let you stay stuck. That's fierce love. Love with direction, love with purpose. Imagine you're learning to run. The harsh inner critic yells, you're so slow, pathetic. The weak kind of compassion whispers, it's fine. Don't bother. But fierce self-compassion stands beside you and says, you're learning. It's okay to be slow, but keep going. That's where transformation begins. Not from pressure, not from pity, but from powerful self-respect. So today, when you talk to yourself, try this. Combine kindness with accountability. Don't choose between gentle and strong. Be both. Because that's what true strength looks like. Grace in motion. Why we struggle to be kind to ourselves. You might ask, if self-compassion is so powerful, why is it so hard? Because for most of us, kindness feels unsafe. We've tied our worth to performance. From childhood, we were rewarded for success, not self-awareness. When we got good grades or pleased others, we felt loved. When we failed or disappointed someone, that love felt like it disappeared. We learned, if I mess up, I don't deserve care. That message got buried deep. And now, even as adults, we fear that being kind to ourselves means losing our edge. Like if we stop pushing, everything will fall apart. I remember failing my first big project and hearing that cruel inner voice say, you'll never make it. At the time, I believed it. I thought it was truth. But later I realized, that voice wasn't wisdom, it was habit. A learned pattern of self-criticism passed down from a world that confuses cruelty with motivation. But here's where fierce compassion flips the story. It teaches you that mistakes don't erase your worth. They reveal where your next level begins. So whenever your inner critic starts shouting, pause. Don't argue. Just ask, would I say this to someone I love? That one question can interrupt years of self-sabotage. The 3 pillars of fierce self-compassion. Fierce self-compassion isn't just a mindset. It's a practice built on 3 powerful pillars that turn awareness into strength and kindness into action. Pillar 1, self-awareness without judgment. You can't change what you don't notice. Fierce compassion starts with awareness, not to criticize, but to understand. Picture your thoughts like clouds passing by. Some are dark, some are light, but none define the sky. You are the sky. Every thought is temporary. You don't need to fight it, just notice it. Today, try journaling one self-critical thought you had and rewrite it with empathy. For example, I'm so lazy becomes, I'm tired, but I still care enough to notice. Pillar 2, boundaries as self-respect. Compassion without boundaries is chaos. Fierce compassion means saying no, not because you're selfish, but because you value your peace. Maybe you always say yes to people until you're burnt out. Fierce compassion says, I love you, but I also love me. This week, protect your energy like you'd protect someone you care about deeply, because you are that someone. Pillar 3, courage to act, even when it hurts. True compassion isn't just feeling good. It's doing what's right for your future self, even when it's uncomfortable. It's waking up early for that workout. It's apologizing when you were wrong. It's walking away from what drains you. Picture your future self smiling back at you, grateful you didn't give up when it was hardest. Fierce compassion doesn't whisper, it's okay. It says, you've got this. Let's move. The breakthrough mindset shift. Here's the truth. You can't bully yourself into becoming your best self. No one ever grew stronger by tearing themselves down. Every real transformation begins not with force, but with friendship. A partnership between who you are right now and who you're becoming. It's not weakness to be kind to yourself. It's wisdom. Because growth requires safety, and safety is built through self-respect. Research backs it up. Studies show that people who practice self-compassion bounce back from failure faster, maintain healthier relationships, and stay more motivated in the long run. Why? Because encouragement fuels consistency, and consistency builds success. Imagine this. You're walking up a steep mountain trail. A harsh inner voice snaps, "You're too slow." An avoidant one whispers, "Just turn back." But then, a calm, steady voice says, "One more step." That's fierce compassion. The voice that pushes with care, not criticism. That's how you reach the peak. Not in one giant leap, but through gentle persistence and self-belief. Takeaway: your inner voice can be your jailer or your coach. Train it to sound like someone who believes in your potential. Daily practices to build fierce self-compassion. Fierce self-compassion isn't just an idea. It's a daily workout for your mind and heart. Small actions, repeated with intention, create massive internal shifts. Here's how to start. Practice 1. The mirror check-in. Each morning, look at yourself and say, "I'm on my way." Not perfect, not finished, just becoming. That one sentence rewires your mindset from pressure to progress. Practice 2. Micro-forgiveness. When you mess up, pause and say, "I forgive myself for not knowing better before I learned." This tiny act turns guilt into growth. Practice 3. The fierce friend technique. If your best friend faced the same struggle, how would you speak to them? Now speak to yourself the same way, with honesty, empathy, and belief. Practice 4. Physical compassion. Science shows that gentle self-touch, a hand over your heart or a deep breath, lowers stress hormones. It's your body's way of saying, "I'm safe." Practice 5. The 1% rule. Ask daily, What's one small act of compassion I can do for myself today? Maybe it's rest. Maybe it's courage. Maybe it's truth. Takeaway: consistency, not perfection, builds strength. The goal isn't to never fall, it's to never stop getting back up kindly. The transformation story. I've seen this shift in myself, in clients, in people who finally decided to treat themselves like someone who matters. One client once told me, "I used to chase self-discipline. Now I practice self-respect," and everything changed. That's the quiet power of fierce self-compassion. It doesn't just soothe you, it strengthens you. It doesn't just make you feel better, it makes you unstoppable. Picture this. You wake up one morning and the first thought isn't criticism, it's calm. You're no longer afraid of mistakes because you know they don't define you. You're no longer running from your past because you've learned from it. You trust yourself. You speak kindly to yourself. You lead yourself like someone worth following. This is what fierce compassion creates. Not perfection, but peace with power. A life where resilience replaces regret. Where you rise, not through force, but through faith in your own growth. That's fierce compassion in action. And that's where freedom begins. So from today forward, treat yourself as someone who truly matters. Because you do. You've carried so much, fought through so many silent battles. And yet, here you are, still trying, still growing. That's strength. That's courage. That's fierce self-compassion in motion. Be fierce in your love, fearless in your honesty, and unshakable in your compassion. Because the way you speak to yourself shapes everything. Your confidence, your choices, your future. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to start walking forward with kindness and conviction. If this message resonated with you, give this video a like. Not for the algorithm, but as a promise to yourself that you'll start showing up with both kindness and strength. And if you're ready to keep growing, subscribe. Because every week we dive deeper into what it means to become your most focused, fearless self. Remember, you don't need to be perfect to be powerful. You just need to be fiercely kind to you.